Hi everybody, it's Dan from Ink Gaming. Welcome to Roguetech. So we're starting off, much as my preliminary episode had shown, we have the most recent 0.999 P9 hotfix 3, I think it is. They already have an alpha out for 0.999 P10, but it's an alpha. So we're going to stick with this, and we'll probably stick with this for a while. They're constantly making changes in Roguetech. I've named us Nemesis Annihilators. That will be my character's call sign, thanks to Coffee Cat. Nemesis, rather than my usual six finger. I've done some adjustments here because, it all took, I was hoping to record, and it all took longer than I thought it was going to take. But we basically are starting in Curita Space, as we said we would. Let's just go over the stuff. Sorry. So I ended up with 5 mechs to begin with. The Wolverine, that was all you always start with when you start in Curita Space. I ended up with a Wolfhound. I ended up with a Phoenix Hawk. I ended up with a Centurion. I also ended up with an Urban Mech and a Javelin, I want to say. I have put both of those into the storage, and I've used some of their parts. Now, one of the concerns here is I added armor to almost all of these guys. That's where they're all under work. But I also put some other stuff on them, like I put some weapons from the other ones, or maybe put ferrofibrous on there, or endo. And so our total work time right now is 52 days. That's like 2 months, which of course will whittle down our salary. I started with a little bit of extra funds because we knew travel was going to happen. So, but these are what we're going to have. We'll go over them as we get there, or as we get into use. We basically have an AC-20 on the Centurion. That's what it started with. We got a bunch of pulse lasers and SRMs on the Wolverine. The Wolfhound actually has like a light Gauss and like an extended range medium laser or something like that. And then the Phoenix Hawk has a mix of basically lasers. And that's kind of what we have. We have some stealth stuff I could show you in the mech bay real quick. Oh, I am in the mech bay. So we've got 6 of these rocket launchers, single shot rocket launchers. They were on an Urban Mech. Yeah, that's really cool. I would hate to get hit by one, but yeah, the Urban Mech had like a horrible engine in it, and I couldn't imagine. Should have given it a try, but it's still there. I didn't sell it. So we got some stealth. We got another double heat sink kit, some double heat sinks, an exchanger. We got the Guardian ECM to go with the stealth, the Beagle probe. Definitely got some extra jump jets right now. I think each of the mechs has a minimum, or will have a minimum of 1. So that way it gives a little bit of mobility. This is the engine that was in the Urban Mech. How horrible is that? A case. I was going to put that on someone, and I didn't end up doing it. Rangefinder. Some other cool stuff that we really want to get on. I have weight issues, and I need to spend more time looking at this stuff, but I wanted to get at least this episode recorded. Let's take a quick look here at our mech warriors. So I had configured or changed the configuration so we would end up with no Kickstarters or whatever the other name is. The people who you can't change their names. And we ended up with 7 normals. So I fired a couple of them because they were criminals. And I wanted to control the bills, especially since we're basically going to be just hitting bills for the first month or 2. So I did rename one to one of our regular viewers. He does Roguetech as well, Battletech, and other strategy games like Stellaris. So you should definitely check him out, Hunselman. So as you can see, Hunselman has basically no skills. And our friend Hunselman, oh, he was betrayed. Oh, no, that's me. That's not Hunselman. He's dishonest. Oh, federal intersphere nobility, though. Okay. This is Nemesis. Okay. And we have a recruit called Opus right now. We haven't named after anyone. We have a recruit called Sparrow as well. Has some beginning skills, a little bit more expensive. And then we have someone else who is a frequent follower of our episodes, at least for Battletech, and a good friend, Silocat. You should absolutely check out his channel as well, or his YouTube videos. He does Twitch streaming as well. And so there you go. There's Silocat. And Silocat is a military nobility officer, periphery Torian, just happens to be. And has slightly better skills because had some XP to begin with. These other characters can get named as we go along if we get people who support the series and who are frequent commenters, as I had stated in my preliminary video, we are going to try and keep a point system and give you guys the option to have some choices as to, hey, I'd really like to get those RL20s installed on, my Mac, and I'm, willing to give up some points, and et cetera, so forth. We'll go more into that as we go. What else do we need to do before we get going? Not a whole lot. Ship upgrades. I already started the power system so that we can try and get the second mech bay up, working at 50%. We really need that because we have so many mechs we're doing retrofitting on right now, so we can get into the action. And I think that's it. We can look at contracts right now, but since we're doing difficulty by planet, and you start on the capital planet, as you can see, this planet's pretty damn difficult. So, I mean, there's this, but So really what we're going to do is we're going to go fly off on our own, pay for our own bill, and we're going to fly off to a planet with less. So this is what I was thinking. Zoom out a little bit here so you guys can see this. So the red right now is Curita Space. In Roguetech, this changes. The map changes as to who controls what planet. If you are one, allied with that planet, or sorry, that faction, and B, you win battles there. And so there's a bunch of other players. You see these little flags? These are other actual players who are at this planet. You can't fight them, but they might be influencing, what's happening. So all this green here is unusual. This is actually Clan Jade Falcon. They've basically forced their way in. This is the Rasselhag Republic. We've got, anyway, other groups and factions and systems. So here's the short of it. Huntsman's playing down here in Davian space, if I recall. And while I would love to go after some clans and get some clan equipment, which is pretty awesome, clans are also potentially a lot more nasty, especially we have unskilled pilots. We're not going that way. So I have decided, rather than, and what I'm looking for is sort of half skull or skull planets, especially a group of them, so I can kind of go between them. F2 in this game actually, this is a system difficulty. So it literally, the size of the circle, and I can always click on them to determine it. So we're looking for these little ones. These would be the half scullers. This is probably a sculler. And so we're looking for clusters of those. So out here towards, let's call it the periphery, there are definitely some out here. Mind you, there's some everywhere. But I've decided we're going to head towards the periphery to begin with, to sort of work on scrounge our way, if you will. And then we'll come back and either play in Davian, just to be on Hunch's bad side, or we'll go up and we'll start fiddling here with the Clan Jade Falcon, if we make it that far. Who knows? So, disappeared. Darn it. So I think this is where I was mapping it out to. So there's like 3 or 4 planets, and hops aren't that short, in this area that have half skulls. This one happens to have a Comstar presence and a whole bunch of other crap. It is 26 days away and it's going to cost us 100 grand. So let's get going. So we will be working on our mechs and the ship in the meanwhile. And I think the mechs aren't going to be done even if we get there. So it is not ideal by any means. Let me get this other. See, this is going to take how long? 10 days?
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the crew moving.
Okay. So as you can see, we're already down to 1.6. And I think if we look at our finances real quick before we take off, even with me firing a couple pilots, I only kept 1 spare. So that way someone gets injured or something like that. And they also, the generous Roguetech devs that are making the mod, had decided to add a cost to storage. So for those hoarders now, the bills will add up. For us, compared to everything else, it's not very much right now. But as you can see, it's still 344K we're going to blow every time the month passes. So this is a gamble, a definite gamble. So let's get flying again. Again, the second mech bay isn't even functional yet as far as working on a mech, Currently, we're still...
Hey boss,
Okay.
completed those upgrades.
Oop. Oh, boy, man, the pilots are working me for money. The competition. It's been a long day of arguing with Darius about dwindling supplies. And you're finally on your way back to the quarters. Around the bend of the corridor, you hear a sudden explanation. They pay their mech warriors how much? This is immediately followed by an urgent shushing. Just then, Opus and Hunselman come around the corner and see you. Opus looks abashed, but Hunselman sticks out his chin. Commander, we need a raise. Okay. So we can not give any compensation, which will probably lower morale. We can give these two pilots a bonus, which may make them happy and piss everybody else off. We can give every mech warrior a bonus, or we can give all bonus to mech warriors and ship crews. So these all scare me because the last one obviously is the best option, but it's literally 100 grand out the window. 100 grand we really don't have. This one may mean we lose repair or whatever. So these valuable mechs we need up, I'm going to invest. I'm going to spend 100 grand we do not have. Okay, well, this could help out. So hopefully we're going to work on these mechs a little bit faster, and our morales, although that goes away very well. No, actually, I think that actually stays, at least for the 30 days. Okay, so did we finish with the other part? We did. So at this point, oh man, how do we do this? Trying to figure out. Okay, the Phoenix Hawk is now 20 days. I think it's going to be 20 days no matter what. What if we put it in the main bay? Okay, Phoenix Hawk is 10, 10, and 14. I don't know how to exactly control this. 10, 10, and 14. Oh, that's because this is onto this. Okay, that's actually okay. I think that's fine. I think that's probably the best we're going to do. Which is still not going to be in time, but, you know, where are we? 6 days away. Ah, well. Such is life for the modifications that we want. We're getting into the system, and there's no guarantee there's going to be anything contract-wise great for us here. But, you know, we really don't have a choice. So at this point, we're just 8 days away. I laugh because literally the month's going to end here. And we don't have any choice but just to take the hit in the shorts, if you will, for the end of the month. Since we only really kept 4 mechs operational, that's how, there it is, cookie crumbles. We're down to $1 million. We're going to pay normal rates. And we are going to wait our 4 days. Okay. So all our mechs are ready for action. All our pilots are ready for action. Let's go see if there's a contract here for us, folks. Let's see here. So, you know, it's going through. There's not a lot in offerings. And you know what? I'm actually going to be careful about this. The Roguetech mod acts in very weird ways. And what I mean by that is I'm going to go ahead and save First Planet, I'll call it. In that sometimes things don't happen correctly until you literally I don't know. It's weird little triggers. Like, see how I just saved and now it has done rather than the normal contract generation, it's done the Roguetech generation. So I have to remember little things like that. Otherwise, we're going to kind of be cutting off our nose. So what do we got here? We got a battle in the jungle. It's a half skull. Looks like we are doing it for the Draconis Combine. Destroy base in the jungle. We have a battle in the lowlands. These are all full skulls. I would rather start us off with, and they're all pretty much the same thing, except for that assassinate. And then there's a recovery. That might be a reasonable money getter. I don't know how far that is. 29 days. Okay, interesting. So let's go ahead and take one of these. Gosh, man, if they have turrets, I'm thinking one of the battles then, folks, and that could be good, could be bad. Who knows? This is against local government forces. Doesn't pay a whole lot. None of these pay a whole lot. We're probably going to be looking at salvage. I don't know that the salvage is going to be great. We do need cash, of course, for our bills. Let's go get this. Oh, yeah, we're not going to get. How much do we lose there? 50K for 2 random salvage items. Let's go half-half. Okay. First mission, folks. Okay, obviously, not a whole lot of choice as far as which mechs, right? These are our mechs and pilots. Well, we've got 2 people that we're going to bring definitely because, of course, they've got pretty good skills. Well, better skills. Get you in there and Sparrow. You know, I'll put Sparrow in the Wolfhound. So, Silo and Huntsman. That means you guys get to do this. Let's go ahead and put Silo in the Centurion, and we'll put Huntsman in the Phoenix Hawk. And we will go from there. Opus will be on the bench. Hello, hello. Very, very sweet. So, sorry about that. Obviously about half the episode here. Well, I'm going to try and keep them again to about 30 minutes or so. And half the episode is me talking and going through stuff, but I think that's appropriate. I'm sure you guys will have some questions. Please feel free to ask them in the comments. And we didn't go over the mechs, but what we will do is, provided we survive in maybe episode 2 or whatever, maybe at the end, we'll go over the mechs so you guys see how they're configured. I talked about them real briefly, but you can't really go into them while you're doing work on them. So, that's just how it's going to go. Let's get going. That wasn't too bad. This is on an SSD. It still suffers from the slow loading time and everything of the game, but I know Roguetech has tried to make some inroads in that. Okay, folks, let's see what we got here. Zooming out some. So apparently the enemy units, sorry, why is the screen having so many issues? Okay. So apparently they're right there. So the story goes. I can't say I really love the color of this map. It looks like our borders right here. Borders right here. There's some terrain. This plays very different. And what I mean by that is, you have the ability to run. In addition, the pilot skills are very, very different. As in, there's not like bulwark. You saw me in the last series. I always tried to. You still get cover. Don't get me wrong, but I tried to make sure I was in cover. I would brace, things like that. The accuracy is going to be down in general. The odds to hit, well, especially because we're completely new as well. But it is generally less. And we're going to have options like we can run and fire. Of course, it decreases your accuracy. Another thing you may have noticed is that our initiative is pretty different. In that now it's not just a 1, 2, 3, 4. It is dependent on a number of things. And you can see it's a lot of higher number that goes down, if you will. Okay, here we go. I'm also, the other thing you guys are going to notice very quickly is the ability to see opponents and what they are, the visibility, if you will, what they actually have on their mechs is extremely different. They seem to be coming up. Part of me wants to just, what can I do to sort of like scout them? Ooh, I could maybe. This is a guy I don't want to get too close if possible. I mean, they all got better armor, but yeah, screw it. Yep, you're our scout. What do you see? Okay, so see from a distance, we can still tell what they are, but basically, it's a locust. What's our hit chance? I don't even have a line of fire. So there you go. Can't get probably as far as we'd like. So again, we can move sort of normally. Now, there's going to be a lot of new weapons and technology that you may be more familiar with. It's part of lore or part of the canon and stuff like that. But it isn't in the base BattleTech in this game. I mean, so look at this guy. He seems to be coming around. Okay, well that looks like I can get a fire there. So let's do that. I'm going to move here. Yeah, we can see the locust. So taking a quick look, we can tell, some armor's gone and stuff like that. We can't necessarily tell, what weapons. And you can see our hit percentages are, way more god awful. But as long as you're maintaining and controlling heat, you should fire. So, so bad, so bad. Okay, we got a fire starter. And we can see the fire starter, and it's firing. Okay. Well, we got multiple threats here. This is the AC-20. Okay. I don't think we're going to have great shots on either one. You can see here, pretty awful. In the AC-20, we have to be a little bit more conservative about because, we just don't have the ammo that we would have for other things. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go this way. We want to keep them close enough. I think it's going to be one more round of, shall we say, getting closer. That's an awful chance to hit. That's not a great, but we'll do that. Ooh, look at the fire. Look at the fire. What was that? I don't know what that was. Spider. Wow, they came out of nowhere. Okay, so we know we have at least a locust, and he's coming straight in. Wow. He got... That's super impressive. This is all new, guys. I mean, obviously we've seen that. And by the way, they've changed the logic Roguetech has of the AI. So as you can see, he's happy to go in there and melee away. And he got right up behind me. He had a good travel distance, if you will. This is significantly concerning to me, enough so that that's going to put my back to everybody. What happens if I go like here? Nope. How about here? That's not great. Wolfhound certainly isn't moving as far as I would like. Let's just put it that way. This is what I'm going to do. Try and put a little bit of distance between me and the lights, although that spider probably will have no issues. This Gauss rifle is completely useless here. What I'm wondering is if I do a multi-target. Is anyone in my field of fire? No. Okay, just him. Okay. We're going to turn this off, and we're going to fire these two, basically. That's unfortunate. Ooh, laser goodness. Okay, well, that's a bonus for us. So the fire starter, either due to his firing or the fire that we started over there, is shut down. That should make him a lot easier to hit temporarily. So we have a couple targets here, and it's difficult for me to choose. Well, the Wolverine, I'm gonna try and deal with this guy first. That's pretty good. Can we get better? Not great. Let's just do that. I wonder, let's be fair and look at this guy over here. Yeah, not so great. Okay. Get right up behind this boy, see what we can do. We are going to go ahead and fire everything. That's fine. Well, we got a hit, and we hit him with the tag. So the tag's going to make him easier to hit for our other folks. Wish I had an ace pilot with this guy. Ooh, those are all very nice. I need to move, though, is the problem. I want to call it problem. I may actually back off, is what I'll do, is I'll back off with this guy. Get behind. That's pretty good. That way I get some evasion for the moving, but we're going to try and take this locust down from behind. It's a fair amount of heat here, but I am going to fire everything. We're going to see what we can do. Okay. Oh, I do not like fires. If that fire spreads, oh boy. Oh, ho, ho. Okay, locust is down. I'd love to give myself a pat on the back for that, but I'm not super impressed by the fact that a locust is down. Well, let's check something. It's not a bad chance. If I go out of the woods, it's going to get better. If I go this close, not really going to get better. How about right here? I want to get at least a 28 if you hear what I'm saying. 20. 20. I hate to give up the woods though. Whoop. Not what I meant to do. Let's do it. Got to take advantage while he's overheated, right? Right. Sounds logical. He does not have multi-target. I don't know whether I should bother. I am going to fire the swarm missiles. Why not, right? Okay, let's see here. So Phoenix Hawks is okay. We'll get to go first. I think we should try and take advantage if possible. It's not bad. That's way better. Okay. Now you know. You run through fire, you get set on fire. And that is a lot of heat. And I'm assuming that was mostly due to our fire running through the fire. Okay, so we will fire with, I think, these three. That's a lot of damage that we're giving up if we don't fire that. But that's also a lot of heat. Yeah, we're going to do it this way. Really, I think we missed with everything except for the tag. That's just unhappiness. Well, sir, I need you to not walk through fire number one. And I need you to, maybe that? Let's aim for the guy who is having some issues. There we go. There we go. Okay. That is the spider causing trouble. Not too bad. Good job, Silo. Look at that. You know, how you, not sure how you get evasive and dodgy in a big 50-ton mech, but hey, there you go. It works. Okay. I don't like that. Okay. Well, in some ways, it's actually good because A, now he's shut down, I think, but B, he didn't heat the person who was already pretty hot. So, like, watch. If I look right now. Okay, so he wasn't shut down. He made his shutdown roll, or the first one's automatic the first time. So that's why our chances were okay, but now you can see our chances are, you know, literally super fantabulous. Like, we should be able to be like, did you want me to shoot you? Why? Certainly. Unfortunately, it does not look like I can get behind him. So we're just going to go right here. And we are going to go ahead and we are going to fire everything. Again, aim shot because he's down. Gosh, guys. We might get better parts. Yeah, let's go for the leg. Doesn't really matter. He's kablooied anyway. Okay. I'm cognizant of the time. I know this is the first episode. I know I've been trying to commit. It is going to be just a little bit long because I think we could get this done. You know, that would work out in our favor. So our chance is not good here. He is, you know, he's an evasive. What is this? Is that a road? Oh, okay. That's the best we're going to get. 28. Wow. Doesn't really make me want to go over here, but that's not as good. I don't know that he can get here, so, but I don't want to block up the way either. So we're going to go here. Don't go through the fire. Fire bad. Okay. But this heat thing. Oh, I was thinking maybe it would set this the trees on fire. Okay, spider's moving. Spider's moving. Okay, fair enough. Didn't move too far, so I'm hoping that's going to help us out. Yes, well, thank you, sir. How about you get in behind the spider? Is it a good shot? Hey, oh yeah, pretty good. Yeah, pretty good shot. Okay. That's what we're going for. He's got heat issues. Now that we're not like walking through the fire, though, it seems pretty good. So we're going to fire everything at this guy's rear. We don't really have anything else we can throw. Oh, some good hits in there. Yeah, some great hits. Very nice. Didn't take him out. That would have been nicer. I'm going to swivel the screen. These fires are a little bit less than fun. There's a pretty good chance here, so we're going to just get over here. I'm not on his rear, unfortunately. But this is basically, we're going to take our opportunities. Ooh. Let's turn off, say, one of those. Yeah, that's fine. We want to use our pulses. Okay. This guy took a lot, but he is not down. Don't like the way this fire is moving. Pretty good chances to hit here, so this is what we're going to go with. We're fine with the heat. Everything should be good. That should be it. Okay. Very nice, very nice. We did take some damage. I don't think we took any internals or anything like that. It was pretty quick cleanup. Let's take a quick look at loot and we will wrap up. So much so that we will spend the beginning of the next episode. So we have drop costs in this. So the money we made, we have to pay for our drop. So, we didn't make as much money. There you go. In addition, let's see here. Looks like there was a little damage, maybe a little damage here. So they all get XP. We get less XP, and we get less XP as we level up. Just FYI. And this is what we have as choices. So they do bundle. We're using the loot magnet. So some stuff they do bundle. So that's nice. Like we can get potentially more. But they potentially can also take things away and say, like, no, you're a piece of crap. You don't get that stuff. So none of this stuff, unfortunately, is going to be worth a lot of money, which is a real bummer for us. So I think I'm going to take this part. Okay, and we got some random other stuff. There you go. Okay. So, folks, hopefully you've gotten the first glimpse. Obviously, we'll get more into the mechs we have and everything else like that, and the point system as we go, and just all that Roguetech has to provide. So, hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your comments. Please put a like if you like. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to watch this series or any of our series here at Ink Gaming. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you.